If you haven't already watched a video on how to custom assemble a racket, we recommend you do. The purpose of this video is just to give you a little bit more information, some tips and some tricks on how to make that process better. So the first step we do is we check the dryness of the wood, and we're going to put varnish on this one because it's a little bit dry to the touch. So in varnishing the racket, any glue varnish is, any table tennis varnish is good. I would recommend using a table tennis varnish because it's very, very light. And all we're doing is we're just putting a liberal coat on the wood and covering it, and then taking a paper towel here and just rubbing it in so that it is completely covered. I usually take a quick look and make sure, rub my finger on it, and now it's covered, so we just wait for it to dry. That'll take about 10 minutes, and we use a fan here for that, so that should go a little bit faster. Okay, so we put 2 coats of glue on here, just like you would see in any video. Actually, we put 2 coats of glue on here as well, which we like to do. One thing that we've heard on some of these racket assembly videos is not to use a fan or not to use a blow dryer, and I respect, and it is probably correct, that you do not want to blow wind too hard onto the rubber and onto the gluing process. But to have a light breeze and a little bit of airflow on this is not a bad idea. And so if you're a little bit concerned about that, we can just move the rubber and the blade after we've glued it a few inches away from the fan, and just to let a little bit of light air circulate over the glue will do no harm, and it'll speed up the process for you. Thanks. What we're going to do now is we're going to anchor the sponge, the butterfly tenergy, to the top of this Gaywell racket here, and we just make sure we have it lined up perfectly on top. Once we have it here, we use our thumb and we push down and spread out so that it's square to the racket. Now that we have it set up here, I like to gently, using a roller, this is actually QVC pipe, which you can get from any hardware store, or you can buy a table tennis roller from our store. And all we do is we just gently roll it on. We don't push it out too much, we don't want to spread it, but we do want to affix it. The next thing, which we don't see a lot on videos, and it wasn't on my earlier video on how to assemble a table tennis racket, we want to push down with our thumb on the sides here to really anchor it. And the reason why is that when we cut it, it'll take less stress on the rubber as we cut, because we're really pushing down and we've got it fully anchored down. So now we have it, you can see it's pretty flat. And I'm going to do it one more time around the sides. We are now ready to cut the rubber. I like, and if you see in the earlier video, actually you can use a curved scissors. These are excellent. And it curves outward, and you can start cutting this way. But I like to use this. But a curved scissors will work. And what we do is we just take the knife with our finger, push this way, and cut straight around. I don't change the angle. And these blades have replacements, so we can take the end and snap it off, use a pair of pliers, snap it off, and then you're ready for your next cut. And here we go. One of the important reasons on why I push down here is if you don't and it's loosely affixed after you cut it, the rubber could snap back a little bit, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and now that you have your wood, it'll actually pull itself back because we've stretched it out. So this is the reason why I like to push down, a good idea to push down before you cut it, so that when you cut it, you have a nice smooth edge all the way around.